There's a place beyond the county line, past the last paved road, and down where the river bends beneath the sycamores. Folks call it Whiskey Hollow. Not because anybody remembers who named it, but because no good story ever came out of there without a bottle, a fiddle, and at least one bad decision. We didn't have much when we started. One tired wagon, two good instruments, $3 between us, and a banjo player who swore he knew the way. He did not know the way. But the sun was shining, the road was open, and every town ahead sounded like it might have a dance hall that was good enough for us. They'll tell you this is a story about music. It is. They'll tell you it's about moonshine, card games, broken hearts, runaway horses, jealous sweethearts, and lawmen with no sense of humor. It is that too, but mostly it's about a few wandering souls who found a family somewhere between the first song and the last road home. Every journey needs a beginning. Every band needs a first song, and every good story needs a little trouble. So pour a glass, hey, pull up a chair, hey, and listen close. This is the Whiskey Hollow String Band. She wore a coat of maple and she held her bow up high, then played a shining melody that nearly split the sky. She said, "Banjo boy, I've heard about your speed, how you roll across the strings like a runaway steed. But your fingers might be quick and your picking might be fine. You ain't ever raced a fiddle from the old Kentucky line." I tightened up my fifth string and answered with a grin, "Meet me by the river and we'll see who's gonna win. We ain't racing for silver, we ain't racing for gold. We're chasing mountain echoes and a story to be told. Pick that banjo faster, pluck that fiddle louder. Race me down the ridgeline, play a little prouder. From the holler to the creek where the wild winds blow. Love is even sweeter when you're stealing every show. Pick that banjo faster, pluck that fiddle louder. If you beat me to the finish, I'll just love you all the harder." We started by the sawmill when the clock was striking 9. She opened with a melody as sweet as muscadine. I answered with a rolling lick that shook the cabin floor. She laughed and drew her bowstring, then she played a dozen more. We flew across the meadow where the tall grass bent and swayed, and every note I threw at her came dancing back my way. She climbed into the high notes like a hawk upon the breeze. I chased her through the low notes like the thunder through the trees. By the time we reached the river, I was grinning ear to ear, for every time she pulled ahead, I wanted her more near. Pick that banjo faster, pluck that fiddle louder. Race me down the ridgeline, play a little prouder. From the holler to the creek where the wild winds blow. Love is even sweeter when you're stealing every show. Pick that banjo faster, pluck that fiddle louder. If you beat me to the finish, I'll just love you all the harder. Yeah. when they heard that racing sound. The farmers left their wagons and the children formed a line. The preacher rang the church bell just to help us keep the time. That fiddle danced around me in the middle of the crowd and winked at me and whispered, "Boy, you better play it loud." I rolled my thumb and fingers till the sparks began to fly, and she pulled a note so lonesome it could make a grown man cry. We raced beyond the cornfields, past the chapel painted white, and followed up the mountain road beneath the stars at night. She played about a restless heart that couldn't settle down. I answered with a promise I would follow her around. She sang about the morning and the dew upon the ground. I played about the way my heart would jump when she was round. But somewhere near the summit we forgot who led the race. For every note we traded put a smile upon her face. Our melodies grew tangled like the ivy on a stone, and two competing instruments became a single song. No finish line can't ever hold a tune that's born in mountain soul. She draws the bow, I strike the string, and neither one will yield a thing. But every time we race all night, we fall in love by morning light. Pick that banjo faster, pluck that fiddle louder, race me through the moonlight, play a little prouder. Every string's a heartbeat, every note's a vow. We've been racing one another and we're still racing now. Pick that banjo faster, pluck that fiddle louder. If you beat me to the finish, I'll just love you all the harder. Started out in Kentucky where the copper stills were hot, where the mason jar mountain that burned up every thought. Old Harlan said take one small sip, but we drank that jar bone dry. Then raced a mule through Hazard with the sheriff close behind. We crossed into Tennessee beneath the smoky moon, found a bottle named Jack and started howling out of tune. He kicked like an angry stallion, but he warmed us through and through. By sunrise we were dancing with the preacher's missing shoes. Drink it east, drink it west, drink it north and south, pass that bottle down the line and pour it in my mouth. Kentucky shine and Tennessee Jack, Colorado Coors and a mountain pack. From the bayou rum to the desert gin, we'll drink around the country and come back around again. Raise them high, boys, let the good times roll. We're on the great American liquor run. We roll through West Virginia with a jug beneath the seat. The banjo man was steering Mexico had desert gin beneath the sky stars. Arizona poured us cactus drinks in dusty roadside bars. Nevada dealt us bourbon while we gambled every dime. We lost a truck in Vegas, but we won a neon sign. California poured red wine from valleys green and gold. We drank it on the coastline while the Pacific night grew cold. Oregon brought craft beer, Washington brought rye. Then we boarded up a fishing boat and headed north to try. Alaska poured a glacier brew that froze us to the bone. We drank beside a grizzly who just wanted left alone. Then somehow down in Hawaii with a coconut of rum, we woke up wearing flower lace beneath the island sun. We flew back through Wisconsin for a lager and some cheese, and stopped in old Milwaukee just to drink one more in peace. But Colorado called us where the Rocky Mountains soar for a nice cold case of Coors, and then we started one run more. Drink it east, drink it west, drink it north and south. Pass that bottle down the line and pour it in my mouth. Kentucky shine, burn so bright. Tennessee Jack, all damn night. Colorado Coors from the mountain snow. Texas tequila, watch us go. Louisiana rum and Georgia peach. California wine on a moonlit beach. Raise 'em high, boys, let the good times roll. We're on the great American liquor run. We lost our heads in Texas, lost our shoes in Tennessee, lost a truck in Vegas, but the bottle stayed with me. From Kentucky hills to the ocean sun, there ain't no stopping till the drinking's done. One more round, boys, everyone. The great American liquor run. Wow. Hey. The great American liquor run. My dearest little daughter, I remember summer days. You'd run beside the creek bed where the mountain shadows lay. You wore a crown of clover and your feet were always bare. Then you'd come running down the road when you saw your daddy there. I'd lift you to my shoulders, you could nearly touch the sky. You'd laugh and call me strongest as the evening rolled on by. And though my coat was covered in the dust beneath the hill, one smile from my baby girl could make the whole world still. So keep this letter near you when the cold wind starts to blow, and think of all the happy days from many years ago. Though the mountain stands between us and the years may change the world, there's nothing I have loved more than being daddy to my little girl. I remember Christmas morning with one doll beneath the tree. You held her like a treasure and came running straight to me. Your mama made hot biscuits and we sang an old church song. We didn't have much money, but we never felt it gone. Then you grew a little taller, started braiding up your hair. You'd leave your books beside me while I rested growing thin, and there was thunder in the mountain, and the roof came falling in. The boys are lying silent, and the rescue light is gone. I can hear the timber breaking, but I know I won't last long. There's a picture in my pocket of you standing by the gate, and I'm sorry, little darling, that your daddy will be late. Tell your mama that I loved her, tell her not to blame the mine, and remember every evening that your hand once rested in mine. I wish I could have seen you wear that white dress down the aisle. I wish I could have held your child and seen your mother smile. But the lamp is getting dimmer and the darkness has begun, so I'll close my eyes and picture you still dancing in the sun. So keep this letter near you when the cold wind starts to blow, and tell your children stories of the daddy you once knew. Though the whistle won't call morning and I'll never leave this world, my final prayer was whispered for my precious baby girl. When they carry me from the mountain, don't remember dust and stone. Remember how I held you and how proud I was back home. And when the evening whistle doesn't echo through the hollow, know your daddy loved you yesterday and he'll love you still tomorrow. Till first light, still ain't found the one who'll steal my heart tonight. Mama says be patient, son, she's somewhere down the line. So I tip my hat to yesterday and leave my doubts behind. I'm still searching these hills for a heart that's true, crossing every river with a sky so blue. Keeps on ringing, fiddle leads the way. Maybe love's around the bend. Before the break of day, I'll keep these old boots walking till the good Lord says I'm the same old fool all week. I'll save her one more dance beneath the stars above, 'cause every winding back road's got a chance at love. I'm still searching these hills for a heart that's true. Every sunrise brings another point of view. Pick that banjo faster, let the fiddle fly. Love is worth the journey, and I'll never wonder why. Raise your jars and sing along if you're lonely too. There's a trail for every heart, and one that's leading you. Oh, yeah. Way up high where the cold winds blow, past the pines and the mountain snow, there grows a flower no hand could sew, prettier than any valley rose below. She shines like morning on a crystal stream, soft as the clouds in a summer dream. And every man who sees her standing there stops in his tracks just to stare. She's my beautiful mountain flower, blooming higher every hour. Everybody wants to call her their own, but I'm the lucky one who takes her home. Let them climb, let them try. She's the brightest bloom beneath the sky. Of all the treasures this world could shower, I'm blessed to love my mountain flower. The boys come riding from miles around, from every little valley town. They bring gold rings and promises sweet, and lay wild roses at her feet. But she just laughs and shakes her head, says there's only one I'll ever wed. Then she takes my hand beneath the pine, and every jealous heart knows she is mine. She's my beautiful mountain flower, blooming higher every hour. Everybody wants to call her their own, but I'm the lucky one who takes her home. Let them climb, let them try. She's the brightest bloom beneath the sky. Of all the treasures this world could shower, I'm blessed to love my mountain flower. Yeah. She knows the trails where the eagles fly, and sings with the wind as it wanders by. Her eyes are blue as the mountain lake, her smile could make the whole earth shake. She's strong as stone, but gentle too. Her heart is steady, warm and true. And every night when the sun sinks low, I thank the Lord for the love I know. I don't own the mountains, I don't command the rain, I can't hold the sunlight or stop a southbound train. But somehow she chose me from every man around, the sweetest mountain flower that ever graced the ground. Someday the snow may crown my hair, and time may slow the mountain air, September morning, blue stretched far across the sky. Folks were heading into work that day, never knowing why. The bells would ring through every town, and tears would flood the streets, while smoke rose high above the place where courage found its feet. Some ran down those broken stairs, while others climbed above, carrying strangers on their backs, led on by duty and love. Firefighters, police, and working hands walked straight into the flame, and though many never made it home, we still remember every name. We remember when the towers fell, we remember where we stood, we remember ordinary souls who gave all that they could. From the ashes rose a promise, from the sorrow came a flame. As long as we are Americans, we will remember every name. From Pennsylvania farmland to the Pentagon that day, brave hearts faced the darkest hour and would not turn away. On Flight 93 they stood as one, though fear was drawing near, and showed the world that courage means to act in spite of fear. There were pictures on the fences, candles burning through the night, hands held tight by strangers beneath the city lights. No one asked where you came from, what you owned, or what you believed. For a little while a wounded land remembered how to grieve. We remember when the towers fell, we remember where we stood, we remember ordinary souls who gave all that they could. From the ashes rose a promise, from the sorrow came a flame. As long as we are Americans, we will remember every name. Being American ain't only a flag above the door, it's reaching for your neighbor when they can't stand anymore. It's the nurse beside the wounded, it's the hand beneath the stone. It's knowing in our darkest hour no one stands alone. Now every September morning, when the sunlight meets the steel, we pause beside the empty chairs and honor what we feel. For freedom carries memory, and liberty is cost. A nation keeps its heart alive by naming those it lost. We remember when the towers fell, we remember where we stood, we remember every faithful soul who gave all that they could. Let the church bells ring in sorrow, let the stars and stripes remain. As long as we are Americans, we will remember every name. So raise the flag at morning, when daylight fades, and tell the children coming up about the choice the brave ones made. The years may pass like mountain winds, but one truth will remain: a grateful nation carries on, and we remember every name.